Hello everyone and welcome. Here we are in Arena again today, and they brought back the quick singleton mode, which is my favorite mode for sure. So we are going to go ahead and uh, submit in here, and we are running our vampire singleton. So the singleton red is the one I had last time. I went 7 and 2 or 7 and 1 like quite a few times with it. So we'll have to get into that one another time, but today I'm super excited to check out this vampire singleton. And let me show you a little bit of this deck real quick. So we're playing all of the vampires, and luckily there's actually quite a few really good vampires, and they all do quite a bit of good stuff together. I mean, normally you're wanting to like double up or triple up on a lot of the good things, but I mean, we're not going to show you every single card, but the gist of it is we're playing pretty much every vampire card there is. Then we're playing some removal, playing everything here. We have a pretty awesome curve here as well right now for the deck. So I did bring in our Epicure of Blood, and I'm kind of hoping to run into that as well. Like, we're gaining enough life, doing some fun things, but really one reason I was making sure I brought this in was because for everything with lifelink, it is a +1/+0. Basically, and it's also kind of like it adds almost the same thing as this Vicious Conquistador, so it adds that to everything with lifelink, which is actually crazy powerful, and you can do it on the while you're blocking as well. So we also brought in Johnny's Welcome, so I'm kind of hoping to throw in a couple of those types of things. We're going to get right into the gameplay because I know we're not going to have a lot of time. I'll talk about the cards as we're going, but I am so excited for Singleton. I want to hear your guys' opinions in the comments below. Do you like the singleton format? Is it fun to you? And what kind of deck are you running? And if you like the video, give me a like, and let's go ahead and get into the gameplay. So we're going to submit the vampire singleton, and let's go for our first game here. Alright, so here we are playing a quick singleton in MTG Arena, and we are playing our vampire singleton deck, and I'm excited to see how this one goes. It's a super fun deck. Well, from what I've seen of it, I got destroyed by it when I was playing a little bit earlier, so or at least a similar version, so let's hopefully that goes for us as well. And this is a pretty good hand. We have both colors. We are only playing double black things, so we're going to keep this. I mean, we really wish we could just play that turn one, but slow land for the desert. I was debating on even bringing these in because I do want to be playing pretty quick, but having this cycling ability is amazing at other points. So we're going to go ahead, play the Plains. We're going to play Martyr of Dusk, and I think we're just going to go straight into Radiant Destiny next time. I think having that on the board is so powerful. Alright, so it looks like this... Okay, so this might be like an Embalmy version, which is actually pretty fun. Ooh, Rupture Squire is pretty great as well for future. Alright, so we do want 2 black down, so let's get Ifnir Deadlands down first. Let's play Radiant Destiny. We're going to play it on Vampires. And then we are going to swing in here. They can block and kill, like we'll trade, but we also get a Vampire that's a 2/2 with lifelink afterwards. So, I mean... As is, we're winning the race, and otherwise we're in a pretty powerful position. Bishop of Binding can be really powerful here as well. I'm kind of wanting to wait until we get something more powerful than just the 1/1. Like if it comes back as a 4/4, that would be pretty powerful. So let's see here. So they're going to swing in for 2. That's fine. We are going to take this time to get down our Rupture Spire because I'm only planning on playing the Vicious Conquistador. So we're going to play the Rupture Spire. We're going to tap this for mana, and then we are going to play... let's go ahead and go into combat. Swing for 3, play Conquistador, which now can block the Adorn Pouncer. The one thing is... If we do get the token with that, I think it actually goes away. So it's not very good. Uh-oh, I think they're going to take the Radiant Destiny. Bummer. Ooh, Forerunner of the Legion. I was going to play that, but yeah, Forerunner is amazing here. So we are going to play Forerunner, tapping the Ifnir Deadlands. take action, we are going to go grab our Sanctum Seeker. It is just the best thing, I think. So yeah, Sanctum Seeker goes to the top. And I mean, we're not going to swing in right now. So no attackers. Once Sanctum Seeker comes in, we can swing in with a lot more safety. They may be having us settle the wreckage here, which could be pretty bad for us. We are going to... Let's go ahead and get down our Archer Vraska, so if they do anything here, we can get the Ascend, possibly. Alright, so they do counter. And draw. Let's go ahead... If they get to 5 mana, then we definitely don't want them to bring that back, although we have an answer for it as well. So maybe we do go aggressive here. So we all-out attack. We're going to be doing 4 damage no matter what. If they do hit the Forerunner, that's bad. But actually, this is good because it comes in first strike. So we actually get to make this stronger. So that was awesome. All right. So yep, doing 5 damage there. And I think that if they draw into land here, okay, Angel of Condemnation, fantastic target for the Bishop of Binding here. Absolutely. They crack Evolving Wilds for an island. Goes to our turn. Okay, drawing into land, not the best here. Although we may crack it for just so we can get the Ascend with Archer Vraska. Let's see what we do here. So we are going to steal this Angel of Condemnation. Definitely don't like that card. Oops, I targeted the wrong thing with the Forerunner. Oops, alright, that was weird. Oh well. Alright, so that means we can't attack in this turn. Which they will be getting the Adorned Pouncer back next turn if it dies. So I think what we do is we go no attackers here. I mean, we can get in for 3 damage pretty much. So yeah, let's go no attackers here. We don't want them to bring back the Adorned Pouncer right now. Opponent plays Strategic Planning. I wonder if this is the Gifts deck? Interesting. Alright, so we're going to take back the Bishop of Binding. So we do have a cast out here, and that's what we're hoping for, is to cast out that and then get it back. Plains doesn't do it for us here. So let's see here. We are going to go searching with this Archer Vraska. Gifted Aetherborn, not what we're wanting right there. This is bad. Whole lot of not good, that's for sure. So we're gonna go ahead and play the Plains and pass the turn. Yeah, no attackers, not into the Angel now. Opponent goes to combat. He's going to swing in, and then I'm guessing they're going to take our Forerunner. Or they play a Regal Caracal. Alright, Regal Caracal is bad there for sure. I think what we're going to do is we're going to play Gifted Aetherborn. And we're going to give Forerunner of the Legion +1/+1. We could trade with the Adorned Pouncer and make him really bad. So I think what we're needing now is we need something like, honestly, an Epicure of Blood, somewhere where we can gain life and do damage to them. They will be gaining life back. We're going to, I mean, we have a flyer. Yeah, we need a use Archer Varaska. Danto Vanguard. So no attackers here. We've drawn a lot of our small stuff, and they've found all of our answers for the things that make us bigger. Like unfortunately, we need to be drawing something better here. And with them gaining life, we can't really go aggressive. Ooh, another Caracal. That is really good. Alright, so they swing in with the Dorn Pouncer and the Angel of Condemnation, as well as some cats here. And everything else has lifelink. We're going to go ahead and skip this one up. I don't think there's any way we can get out of this. So we're going to go no blocker, see what we draw. And yeah, it goes exactly to 0. So, yep, no way out of that. All right, so one loss under our belt. That one was pretty painful. Let's go in for game number 2. So here you go with game number 2, and we are immediately going to mulligan that one. Oh man, I guess we keep this. We can play one thing, maybe 2 things. I mean, these actually work out pretty well together if I draw into tons of land, and we are on the draw, so we'll keep this. Have to put a Linda to the bottom. Linda works pretty well with Bloodclay's Paladin as well. Unbridled Growth, interesting. And probably just sacking for the card right away, or... Alright, so land is good. We need land, so we're going to play Swamp, pass the turn. Opponent plays a Forest, plays Channeler Initiate. Passes the turn. We draw a Vicious Conquistador, which is pretty good here. So we will go ahead and play Swamp, play Conquistador. There's something about saying just like holding up Golden Demise, but I want to at least get some stuff on the battlefield. I'd rather use that with the Ascend trigger if possible. Gideon of the Trials.
If you face me, you will only hurt yourself.
So they will prevent damage that this does, but we're still going to attack because they'll lose 1 life. It doesn't count as damage. I do like the Sky March Sky March Bloodletter is good here, so we're going to play Sky March. Opponent loses a life. We are going to go swinging in. They're saying good game because we're playing such amazing stuff here. So no reason to swing in anywhere else, but we are going to get the 1 point of damage where they lose it. So we get to do 1 point of damage there. They play Forest. Gilded Lotus. They have tons of mana now. I think we're hoping to draw into a white... We're hoping to draw into white mana sometime here.
It's just you and
Turn him into a 4/4. Alright, so they're going beatdown mode here. That's fine. We're not going to block. Take our beats. Twilight Prophet isn't bad here. So, I mean, we're going to do 3 damage to Gideon. So we swing in at Gideon for 3. We are going to do 1 point of damage to the opponent as well. Opponent goes down to 17. Gideon goes down to 1.
Aren't you full of surprises?
And we'll pass turn. We really need to draw into land here. Vraska Scheming Gorgon. Alrighty then. Alright, so that resolves. So I'm guessing this is just a weird version of Super Friends. Like every single Planeswalker with mana rocks and ways to make that happen. Which is pretty fun. Alright, so as long as Gideon's alive. And so I'm guessing they're going to destroy the Bloodletter here. Just so I can't go killing the Gideon. Which they're going to destroy that. We'll let it resolve. And I'm not sure we'll get anything better, so we're going to go ahead and play this Crazed Paladin now. I think that even though it's just a 2-2, we can guarantee kill Gideon now. Which isn't amazing or anything, but we'll take it. And then we are going to go to combat. Swing everything at Gideon, or do we take out the Vraska here? I mean, they can block to where we don't kill it, so we kill Gideon. Bring our opponent down to 16. Slowly but surely, we are winning this game.
That's new.
Alright, so they let it go there. That's interesting. And we're fine with that. So we're going to go ahead and play Gifted Aetherborn. So they can only tick up, which that's +2, which is pretty bad. I actually haven't seen this one too much. That's from, oh my goodness. There's a, there's a Bolas. Alright.
Omnipotence. I'll take what is mine.
So we're going to exile 2 cards. I'm guessing Golden Demise isn't amazing here. We actually want Twilight Prophet. I think Arvad isn't too great here. So they tick up. So they can kill 2 creatures next turn. I think what we do is we have to... So we have to go swinging in at Bolas. I think that yeah, it's where he can't kill too many things at once. So we go Bishop of Binding, take Channeler Initiate. I mean, we could kind of go aggressive here, but I think that we need to get rid of the Bolas here. And then I think everything at Bolas. And we could kill Vraska here. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and hit the Bolas. We gain 2 life. They play Karn, and maybe just make it Karnstruck. Karnstruct. So, alright, so they have some creatures out now, which is good for them. I think we have to be swinging in with Bishop and like give power to one of these guys. Maybe the one that gives us more life. So the problem with playing against these Planeswalkers is I hate swinging at them instead of at the face. Alright, yeah, so they... And that was part of the reason I wanted to kill Vraska instead. I would rather them be ticking down for 4 on the Bolas rather than 3 there. So we know now that Twilight Prophet will at least live 1 turn. So
Mind is an easy thing to win.
they still Oathsworn Vampire. Good for them. Man, Bolas is so powerful. They create a Construct. They draw a card. Alright. We're in pretty terrible shape now. Alright, so last turn they did a whole bunch of stuff. They stole our card, stole that guy, played a Karn, made a Construct, killed our Bishop of Binding, got back Channeler Initiate, put it on this guy so that, yeah, they're in good shape. So we can draw a card here. We can go on just make you lose life, but then I think Bolas just hits the Twilight Prophet here. So I think that we have to play Twilight Prophet, and I can swing for 2 at Bolas. I mean, no attackers. Sark and Dragonlord. So yeah, they're playing every single Planeswalker here, and which isn't very great unless they get to 2, 3, or 4 of them, which they have. So this is bad. All right, so 1 damage to everything. Also not good. We're going to wait and see what we draw, but I think we're just going to scoop up here. They play Karn, or tick up Karn. We're going to give them Cultivator Caravan. So I think that we did need to go swinging at their face rather than at the Planeswalkers. But, I mean, there's so much value if they stay on the board. And if they ultimate, we're just dead. Like, they obviously got the things they needed, but if they didn't, yeah. So they still have Fatal Push and can play it for free, killing Gifted Aetherborn. So there goes Gifted Aetherborn. They tick up, everything gets more powerful. Sky Marcher Aspirant doesn't do it. We're going to draw 1 more time. I mean, Legion's Lieutenant. So we actually didn't even have a send there for the Twilight Prophet, so we didn't get that trigger. Yeah, so, I mean, we got a lot of good stuff, but it was a little too late. I mean, once they get 7 or 4 Planeswalkers on the board and 1 in exile that they can play next turn, we're going to scoop it up. All right, let's go for game number 3 and hope that we get 1 win here. I promise this deck is actually pretty good. Just we have to be aggressive enough to build the board, and we just haven't been drawing the hands that do that. And I don't want to be mulliganing into Oblivion, because then we don't have enough cards to play to do that. Alright, so here we are with game number 3. Let's hope that we win this time. So 2 mana, 2 things that play for 2 mana. We're probably going to have to cast out, cycle to cast out in turn 1. Otherwise, I mean, this is good. The 2 things on top are things that we want. If we draw into land, fantastic. If not, I mean, hopefully we can start gaining life so we can actually swing in with the Paladin. So opponent mulligans. Ooh, perfect. Okay, so we draw into our swamp. Amazing there. So we're going to play the plains and pass the turn. I'm not positive I want to cycle this cast out now. Especially if they're not playing anything. So we're going to go to combat. Or sorry. So pass the turn, go to my turn, play the swamp, play Indento Vanguard. And pass the turn. We will save him if they try doing anything right away. Just getting cards out of their hand is actually pretty good for us. So they pass the turn. Live Fast is pretty good here too. So that way we can draw into our... So yeah, Live Fast will help us draw into our next land, which I think we definitely want here. There is something for just saying playing vampires so that we get more off the Sinking Seeker, but we're going to go ahead and swing in. 4-3. We are going to play Live Fast. And pass the turn. And hopefully we draw into a land here. Arvad isn't too bad with Alinda. Alright, so they play Vampire Revenant. So this actually might be a mirror match here. Alright, so we draw a tapped land, which we're okay with that. So we'll play that tapped. We are going to play Forerunner of the Legion. Go searching for our Vampire Lord. Bishop of Binding wouldn't be too bad either. Yeah, Henny isn't too bad, but we want Legion Lieutenant on top. We are going to combat. We are going to swing in. And we will make him indestructible if they block. Alright, so doing damage is fantastic. Pass the turn. So next turn we could also play 2 vampires to make Forerunner big enough that we just be swinging in for damage as well. Which then if we play Sanctum Seeker is a whole lot more damage with a bigger board. Alright, so they're going to cast down. We are going to take action here. So we will lose life. Let that resolve. So no blockers, go to damage. My turn. Alright, so what we're going to do here is we're going to play Legion Lieutenant. We're going to make Forerunner bigger. We're going to play Martyr of Dusk. Make Endanto bigger. We probably should have just been playing it on him. Alright, yeah, so opponent scoops it up. And that was how we want to be playing it. I mean, a little scary there at the lands, but we made it work. And let's go to game number 4. Alright, so we get a card. It is a Sequestered Stash. Not very great. Alright. Alright, so we are at least getting 200 gold, and they're going to still be commons now. So we got to be going for better stuff here. Yeah, so game number 4. Alright, so here we are. We're playing again, game number 4. Let's hope that we can do it again this time. We don't want to go 3-1 or 1-3, whatever it is, where we lost. Oh man, opponent's going first. We can go find black mana, possibly. This is pretty slow, but pretty good at the same time. We're gonna mulligan. We have to draw our lands. So there's 3 lands, but all the wrong colors. We have to mulligan again? Oh, come on, deck. This is not the way to do it. Alright, here we go. This we can keep. Fatal Push on top. That's actually fantastic with the Evolving Wilds. So in that case, we may actually play the Swamp first. Evolving Wilds on turn 2. Just to see if we can get something bigger with it. Because they are going first. Opponent plays a Swamp. They play Grasping Scoundrel. We play Swamp and pass the turn. We're okay with the Grasping Scoundrel here. We want to be hitting something better with our Fatal Push, like a Pirate Lord. They play Dragon Skull Summit. They play Goblin Trailblazer, and they swing in for 2. We take 2, we go to our turn. Alright, Legion's Landing is pretty good as well. So we're going to... now I wish I had played Evolving Wilds first. We're going to play Evolving Wilds, pass the turn. And if they play anything for 3 that's good, I think that we crack Evolving Wilds and hit it. Although 4 damage each turn is a pretty fast clock right now. They go to combat, go attacking. I think that even though we're going to go ahead and hit this Trailblazer now. If they played something beforehand, we might have cracked it, but the only things for 3 converted mana costs is the tutoring pirate. That's the only one we're really worried about. The one thing with Fatal Push, though, is that it hits pretty much everything that they have. Alright, so that's fine. We can't pay for Lucret's Dispersal. We crack this for white mana. And I think next turn we have to play Legion's Landing. Oh, Radiant Destiny's pretty good as well. Alright, so what we do here, we drew into Radiant Destiny. We're going to play Marvin Fane. And we don't block, we're just hoping it survives, and then we play Radiant Destiny, hope for white mana, play Legion's Landing as well, and then we swing in and create a bigger vampire, and I think that's the best thing we can do. Alright, so opponent plays Freebooter. Let's see if they take the Legion's Landing or Radiant Destiny. I'm guessing Radiant Destiny. Alright, Legion's Landing, we're actually, I think, okay with that here. Radiant Destiny is a little bit more powerful for us at this moment. Opponent plays Gleaming Barrier. So we won't be able to get in with damage with Marvin Fane, but we're going to be able to create a 2/2 vampire each turn if they keep attacking. So no blockers. We take 4 down to 10. We play Radiant Destiny on Vampire. We go swinging. Create a vampire. Opponent's looking at Radiant Destiny and thinking they probably should have taken that instead. So they'll block. And so this doesn't save us here, but it slows down their clock a lot. So, I mean, they can swing in and we'll trade, but then they have 3 damage they can do each turn after that. I mean, they can just swing in with that as well. They play Wily Goblin. Get a treasure. Departed Deckhand. Alright, so they have some ways to... so they can kill Marvin Fane here now if we swing in. Alright, so they are going to swing back. We are going to trade with the Grasping Scoundrel. Lose 1 life in the exchange. Get another land, which isn't too bad here. We're going to play Martyr of Dusk. Alright, so now if we swing in with Marvin Fane, they can trade with Wily Goblin and this Departed Deckhand, but they are empty-handed right now. And we create a vampire, so we would kill 2 things and create a lifelinker, which is what we're needing anyway, that can block Goblin Trailblazer. So I think that we still go attacking, even though it's not amazing here. I'm totally fine trading for those 2. And then if they don't block, then we are totally fine keeping Marvin Fane. Or Mavren Fane. Alright, opponent chose to let it time out to make that decision there. Or at least for the vampire to come down. So yeah, just going to block with the barrier. Alright, that's good for us there. Opponent's turn, they play Highland Lake. Or Spirebluff Canal. Alright, so they swing in with the whole crew. Really, going to keep back the deckhand that's unblockable? Alright. Opponent is taking a long time to decide here with what they're doing. Alright, so they're swinging with the Goblin to try to get 1 more point of damage. We are going to go ahead and kill the Trailblazer here. Gaining life and slowing down their clock is the best thing that we can do now. Alright, so they kill Martyr of Dusk, which is exactly what we wanted there. Getting more life linkers is amazing, for sure. Ooh, and Squire's Devotion is amazing here as well. So, yeah. And this gets us closer to Ascend. I think we're pretty close. Alright, so yeah, Squire's Devotion on Mavren Fane, which then the Epicure Blood is going to become pretty powerful as well. We also create another vampire. And we can kill this Gleaming Barrier now if he blocks. Opponent is taking forever with every decision, so I'm going to be cutting out pretty much everything there. But just so you guys know my pain, it's going very long here. So we all out attack. We do have the City's Blessing, so now we have Vigilance. So we can be gaining back 8 life every single turn, 10 life. Yeah, so I think we turn this around. There are some things that they can draw into, like a Fiery Cannonade is pretty bad for us. But we are going to go back up to 15, nearly resetting our life total here. Opponent plays an island. Swings in with the crew. Again, we are going to have everyone block this Wily Goblin. Yeah. Alright, so opponent goes a damage step. We go up to 24 life. And please land for this Epicure of Blood. We would be doing 5 more damage than and I think that actually would give us lethal there. Not quite if because they can block with Gleaming Barrier without it, but Epicure of Blood definitely gives us lethal. All right, so we draw into our land. So land, Epicure of Blood. And I like this card for this exact reason. Because we have a ton of lifelinkers on the board, and they all basically get +1/+0, or they basically get Vicious Conquistador's ability, create a vampire, and yeah, we have lethal here. Alright, so we had it without that, but we would have been able to do it with the Epicure of Blood as well. So there we go. We get to go to another game. Yay! Okay, so here we are with game number 5. And we're going to keep this. We have turn 2 draw. Everything else is 3 mana. So, I mean, as long as we draw into mana within 2 turns, 3 turns, we're in pretty good shape. So, Swamp first, pass the turn. Opponent plays Swamp. They are playing zombies, huh? Alright, this looks pretty fun. Alright, so not a land. Let's hope we draw a land here or the next turn. Not a land. Uh-oh. They duress. See that we don't have any lands. Are probably going to take the Radiant Destiny. Golden Demise is pretty good against them sometimes as well. Alright, so they take Radiant Destiny. They swing in for 2, no blockers. Alright, there we go. Perfect land for us there. So Concealed Courtyard. We play Mavern Fane. We swing in with the Legion Zealot. Create a Vampire, pass the turn. They play Miasmic Mummy. So we have to discard a card. Alright, so I think unfortunately Sky Marcher can be pretty good here, having a flyer, but I think everything else has too much power. This helps us get to Ascend, where Golden Demise can really hurt them, so we're going to go ahead and get rid of this the Blood Letter there. Alright, so leaving up blockers, that's totally fine. We play Unclaimed Territory on a Vampire. We're going to play Call to the Feast. Hopefully get to our Ascend triggers here. And we are okay. So we're going to go no attackers. So Golden Demise, if they don't draw into a Lord this turn, we can wipe their board, swing in for a bunch. Bantu allows them to stop. I mean, they're going to be able to block next turn. Indestructible. Alright, so I think this is going to be our best opportunity for the Golden Demise. So, Golden Demise, kill their stuff. We're going to swing in with everything. So we swing in with everything. So all attack, hold back Mavern Fane. They're going to be able to block one thing, but we gain back a Vampire. So one thing to be said, we could have played Yahenni before doing that, just to get more counters on him. But I think that we're in good shape as is, especially because we can get a counter from Night Market now with the Fatal Push. So we draw Swamp. So tap Unclaimed Territory for black. We play Yahenni. With haste, we play Swamp. And we will Fatal Push Night Market. And we have a pretty fast clock here now. So he's going to have to be blocking Yahenni, which we create a Vampire first. Alright, so he's going to sacrifice, so we still gain a counter there. We're going to swing in. So now Bantu can block. Hold back Mavern Fane. 6 attackers. Go to blockers. He blocks Yahenni. We use Yahenni's ability, sacrificing the new Vampire. They go down to 11, we go up to 25, and pass the turn. So as long as the opponent doesn't have any creatures here, we can swing in without him blocking. We may still hold back Marvin Fane just for the protection. Building wide is our best bet here. All right, so they use Battle at the Bridge. We don't want them to gain life, so we're going to use Yeheni's ability here, sacking Marvin Fane. That fizzles. Alright, so only land in hand, so we get to go attacking all out without being blocked here, and we can cycle the Desert of Glorified. So we're going to go to combat, attack with 6 blockers, or 6 attackers. Opponent goes down to 3. We are going to cycle Desert of the Glorified. Ooh, Alinda is pretty good as well. Alright, so we are going to pass the turn. Alright, so they play Kenra Eternal. That resolves, and we have the game next turn, as is. Alright, so we draw Vicious Conquistador. And Alinda. And opponent scoops it up. All right, so we are 3-2 now, so we do have a winning record as is. So there we go. I'm glad that we're getting some games that show the power of the deck. Apart from what you guys saw in games number 1 and 2, those were bad. All right, so let's see if we can keep on going. We get Embalmer's Tools. Sweet. All right, so 3 wins, so we are still only with 3 uncommons. We have to get one more to at least get rares, so play another one. Let's go for one more win. All right, here we are with game number 6, and I think we're keeping this. This is pretty good. We like the lands that we have, so we're going to keep this. We go Sky Marcher into Dusk Legion, draw a card into Radiant Destiny. And if we draw lands, then we cycle the Desert. And if we draw into stuff for 4 mana, then we play it. And we'll just go a little slow there. Alright, Champion of Dusk is pretty good. I actually like it here, so we're going to go to combat first. Attack in. Do 2 damage. Opponent goes down to 18. We go down to 19 as we draw Sanctum Seeker. Ooh. Alright, so I think we still go Radiant Destiny first. We're hoping for an untap swamp, I think, here. Ooh, Yeheni as well. Alright, yeah, so I think that we... So we play Arch of Araska. So Yeheni gives us 2 points of damage. Radiant Destiny gives us 2 points of damage. Which we actually have a play with Yeheni next turn. So let's do Radiant Destiny now on Vampire. We are going to swing in for 5. We're going to play Yeheni next turn and this Desert. And then we just hopefully draw into one more land for the Champion of Dusk. I mean, if we draw into an untapped black source, then we go Sanctum Seeker. Alright, opponent's gaining 3 life back. That's fine. They do have lots of colors now. Ooh, and Marvin Fane. Man, we are drawing everything we're wanting right now. So I think we still go Yeheni. Before this thing untaps, gonna play Desert. Go to combat. Attack with all. Goes down to 8. And so that way we are representing lethal right now. And actually with Sanctum Seeker, even if they gain life, we're doing pretty good. Alright, so they play Goreclaw. Alright, so let's see here. What do we do? So Sanctum Seeker means that they have to block one of these 2, which will trade. So I think we play Sanctum Seeker. Hopefully this isn't a Blossoming Defense, but then we go all out attacking. So they are going to drop down to 5, which means with nothing else, yeah, okay, so there we go. Woo! Yeah. that one was, we were drawing everything we're needing there. All right, so we got our 500 gold back. We are at least getting a rare. We have 4 wins, 2 losses, so we're in the black at least now. And let's see if we can go for 3 more wins, go up to the 7. Here we go. All right, so here we are with game number 7 of the Singleton, and I think that we keep this. It's pretty slow, but we have the live fast to draw us cards. We have all the mana to do stuff. This actually is pretty slow. Opponent's going first, so we're hoping to draw into some of our cheap stuff. We know we have a lot of it, so that's part of the reason I'm wanting to keep this. Is going slow isn't that terrible in Singleton either. We may draw into lots of lands here actually, so just in case we're going to play the Plains past the turn. We probably should have played Swamp there. Because we do have the Gifted Aetherborn is the one thing that costs 2 black mana. So if we draw into that here, then that's a big punt on my part. Alright, so nope, so we're good. So we play Swamp, pass the turn. We're going to pass the turn, and we probably will cycle this desert. We don't have anything for 2 white mana, I don't believe. So yeah, drawing cards is definitely what we're needing here. So we can draw and draw 3 cards altogether. Alright, so opponent plays the Plains, passes the turn. We are going to cycle Desert of the True. Moment of Craving is not bad here. Ooh, neither is a Johnny's Welcome. Alright, so we are going to play Swamp. Alright, so if we play Live Fast here, we actually have to discard a card. And we have a Linda for the next turn. So I think what we do is we're going to go ahead, play down a Johnny's Welcome. We have a way to kill anything that has 2 toughness next turn, and I mean, we have ways to be gaining life, so should be all right here. Opponent is probably holding up quite a bit of removal, which a Linda is good against removal. All right, opponent is just passing. That is fine with us, so we're going to play Swamp. We're going to play Linda. We're playing Linda because if they do bring out removal right away, we at least get 2 life triggers. Like, it's not going to be as good as if it was a bigger board and everything like that, but we're okay with them killing that and us getting a token. All right, so yeah, they're going to vanquish the weak. We get a vampire, and next turn we can draw 3 cards. Alright, so Evolving Wilds here, which definitely helps us thin out the deck, but we won't be able to draw as many here. So let's go to combat first, see what they do, go attacking. Oh yeah, we are definitely winning now. So I'd like getting rid of Evolving Wilds here, but let's go ahead, play If Near Deadlands, play Dusk Legion Zealot, Johnny's Welcome, we gain life, and then lose that life. Regal Bloodlord isn't bad here either. And then we are going to live fast. Alright, so now we have lands, we have everything that we're wanting. Hopefully they don't just have a million removal spells in hand. But, so I think what we do is we play Famished Paladin, hopefully to get Squire's Devotion on him. Or maybe Regal Bloodlord to be creating a bat actually each turn. Opponent's saying good game. Probably just because we haven't done anything yet. So we're going to play Evolving Wilds, and I think that we just play Regal Bloodlord here. So let's go attacking in first. If they kill the lifelinker, then it doesn't do as much for us. Alright, so we gain life. We are going to play the Bloodlord here. And the reason why is because I would rather they are removing the stuff that isn't as powerful altogether. rather than our amazing stuff. Because we're just going to keep building board. I'm not sure what they're drawing into. Maybe they just have like all 6 mana spells. Alright, so they're going to cast it down right away. Alright, that's fine. We don't get to create a bigger board, but we're getting removal out of their hand so that our good stuff can actually survive. So then we will pass the turn. We crack Evolving Wilds on their end step. We will go grab a Plains. So we can play 2 white things at once. Grab a Plains. Ooh, Sanctum Seeker. Alright, so Sanctum Seeker is amazing here, but I'm worried that it's just going to get blown out here. So I think what we do is we go... We could play Call to the Feast into Legion Lieutenant. Let's save Legion Lieutenant for next turn. So what we're going to do is we're going to play Famished Paladin first. So Famished Paladin we play first. We gain a life. So he's going to be able to untap pretty easily even without the Squire's Devotion. So, and then we are going to play Call to the Feast. So we do kind of get blown out by a Fumigate, which is sorcery speed. So we're hoping to just play Legion Lieutenant and Sanctum Seeker next turn if we draw into a land. And I think that pretty much puts us to game with that, or pretty close. So, I mean, we're holding on to all the things that we're wanting to have here. Alright, so we bring him down to 15, we pass the turn. Opponent is going to kill the Famished Paladin, which we are fine with. That's one more spell that's not going at our Legion Lieutenant. Opponent cycles a cast out. Another thing that won't go at the Legion Lieutenant, or Sanctum Seeker. So I think that we play Legion Lieutenant first and then Sanctum Seeker, if we have ability to. Let's see here. Ooh, perfect. Okay, so land. So what we do is we play Legion Lieutenant. And we actually had enough anyway, yeah. So Legion Lieutenant. Sanctum Seeker is better here altogether. We gain life, we play Swamp. We play Sanctum Seeker. And so we can do 15 damage here. Alright, yeah, so they exile the Legion Lieutenant, that's fine. So not doing 15, but we are going to do 10. And gaining 10 life. Or almost 10. 9. And pass the turn, and we are in pretty good shape here. Fumigate definitely blows us out pretty bad. Walk the Plank we are okay with, because we still have lethal on board. Alright, so they're going to destroy a creature, so they have an extra turn here, but we are going to play Squire's Devotion onto a vampire to give us lethal. And go to combat, and yeah, opponent scoops it up. Alright, so there we go. Opponent just had every bit of removal in hand, and all the weirdest kinds. Uh-oh. Looks like MTGA has crashed, and so... oh, sorry guys, it stopped. We're going to have to get it back up. I'll get it right back in just a bit. Alright, so you guys saw our last win there. MTG Arena decided to completely crash right afterwards, so but we still got the win there. I was a little bit worried, but let's go for 2 more. Let's see if we can get 7 wins. Unfortunately not a 7-0, but oh man, this has been doing awesome so far, at least in these last few games. So I mean, we've won 5 in a row now, so here we go. Alright, so here we are with game number 8, and this is pretty slow. I mean, we can cycle a cast out, we do have this, so I think that we're going to go ahead and keep this. We keep running into not having land, so I want to keep land when I have it. And these are kind of interesting lands, but we're going to play Unclaimed Territory on Vampire, play Vicious Conquistador, and pass the turn. Opponent plays tap land. We get a Golden Demise, which we can't play currently. We're going to play Plains. We're going to go to combat, attack in, and pass the turn. So the one thing is, if they are playing like a blue... Okay, so blue-red brawl. Alright. So we'll let that resolve. We are going to cycle this cast out. We are wanting stuff quick now because we don't want it countered. Alright, black mana source is good there. Alright, so this is actually pretty good. Alright, so we're going to go to combat, doing 1 damage even though he can block us. Opponent plays Canyon Slough. Canyon Slough. Yeah, Canyon Slough is the name of that. We are going to play Gifted Aetherborn is pretty good here. Let's see if it gets countered. I should have played land just in case. It was like, I guess Syncopate and Censor we both are okay with here. Supreme Will we can't handle. That's fine. We are going to get down this if near Deadlands. I guess we probably should have saved that for the next turn so we can surprise him with it. We don't have the other black mana right now, though. Alright, so, I mean, still ticking him down 1 turn at a time for the moment. Alright, Dusk Legion Zealot is pretty good there. We are going to play Arch of Araska. So, Arch of Araska into Call to the Feast, we don't quite get to Ascend. So we can't draw. I'm just thinking I want to get to Ascend so we can actually draw with this Arch of Araska, but I think what we do is we play Dusk Legion Zealot. Lose 1 life, draw a card. That card is a Plains, unfortunately. And we are going to go attacking. Opponent blocks. And we pass the turn. So getting to Ascend is actually pretty good here with Arch of Araska. It definitely will help us out in the long game against this deck, especially anything that's playing with lots of counters, drawing lots of cards. We don't want to be losing the card advantage game, which, I mean, we are at a disadvantage pretty much always anyway. But alright, so what we're going to do here, we're going to play the Plains. We're going to play Call to the Feast. See if it gets countered. They only have 1 blue mana up. And now we play, hopefully this doesn't get countered, Legion Lieutenant, please survive. Alright, so they counter unless we play 2. So, I mean, there was one reason that we could have played that first. But, yeah. We do have Ascend now. And then Golden Demise will be able to kill him next turn if he blocks Conquistador or anyone. So we are going to go attacking with Conquistador. And pass the turn. Alright, so our good draws here is Sanctum Seeker, and even Epicure Blood isn't too bad. Just because our Lifelinkers would be doing 2 damage. Let's see if they have like a board wipe here. Metallurgic Summoning. Alrighty then. So now there may be a reason to hold up this Golden Demise. Maybe. Spells do cost 1 less with that. So we're going to play the Swamp. We are going to go all out attacking. They don't have blue mana up, so this is our best chance to get rid of Brawl, so they're just not drawing as many cards. So yeah, they're going to abrade the Vicious Conquistador. They create a 2/2. We'll let that resolve. go to blockers. They're going to be able to kill 2 of our things, but then we kill their board as well. Which, I mean, we knew we were risking that as we went in, but we are trying to keep the clock going here. Then we play Golden Demise. And pass the turn. So now, I mean, if they play anything massive, I'm guessing they're going to bring out this... I think they have enough mana for the Champion of Wits. But they're probably just going to be doing something with the Metallurgic Summoning. So we're going to go to combat. They're going to create a blocker, most likely. Possibly 2. And I think that we just draw a card. Alright, yeah, so they play Hieroglyphic Illumination, resolves. And now we wish we had kept our cast out. Because I think that's our only piece of removal for things like this. We are going to play Archvaraska. Alright, Vona is actually pretty good here. So as long as Vona survives, we can kill the summonings. So yeah, we're okay with that draw right there. And we'll pass the turn. Opponent blinks a token back, draws a card. It's still only 2 for the Convergent cast, even if they pay the kicker. They swing in for 6, which is fine. And I mean, as long as they don't have removal for this Vona, which I mean they might have something here, we're gonna play Sky Marcher first. See if they have a response. It looks like they might. Admiral's Order. Okay, so they're going to counter a spell. We'll let that resolve. They create a 3/3. Resolve. Alright, and now we are really hoping that this Vona sticks. Alright, so Vona sticks. Let's hope they don't have any removal, and that way we can be gaining life each turn. And we'll pass the turn. Let's hold on to Scavenger Ground for now. There's no reason. I mean, I guess we would be able to trigger it if they had, like... yeah, there is reason to have played it there. Alright, so they have a Banefire for the Vona. They create a 9/9. And we'll go to the draw step to see what we draw into, but if it's a swamp, then we scoop. We will draw one more. And yep, that's it. So unfortunately, we are going to scoop up here. You can see we drew way too many lands, and they had answers for all of the main things that actually interacted. So we will concede. Good job, opponent. All right. So we did end with a positive record, 4-3, or sorry, 5-3. So actually, like extra positive. We actually gained money. so we could do another Singleton. So let's go ahead, claim prize, see what we got here. So 600 gold, which is good. Start with the uncommon. Hidden stockpile, we already have 4 of, but that's cool. Ooh, Path of Metal we do not have 4 of, so I've actually been thinking about doing a Path of Metal deck around here. There's some pretty fun cards to do it, especially with all the knights and everything because of Vigilance. So I am actually going to do a Path of Metal deck, I believe. So getting another one of those is great. And Dire Fleet Daredevil I don't think I have 4 of either. So, and I do like that. That would actually go really well with a Path of Metal. There we go. So anyway, let's go back to our deck here. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We finally got our Vona out right at the end and almost had a chance with him. But a Banefire for 8, yeah, kind of destroys us. Anyway, opponent definitely had the game there. They did a really good job. And it was fun. We did pretty well with the deck. You can see the power that we have. There's a few things that I definitely need to maybe add in here. Like I forgot to add in a Settle the Wreckage. I don't have a Helm of the Host. I mean, come on, I gotta be having that. No, there's some like fun things you can do, and that's kind of what Singleton's all about. Is you can do those fun, crazy things and have more synergies because you can only play one of every card. So I think that this is the perfect format for doing things like this. I will be building some more and showing you guys the games. And thank you so much for being here and watching. And we will see you next time. Thank you so much.